Moving on to our next section, which is the Skill, Employability and Talent Roundtable. I would like to invite Mr. Seshadri Vangala to begin the set roundtable. Over to you, Mr. Seshadri.
Good afternoon, friends. I think we have good in the audience because I believe whenever I hope we talk about, I hope can you all come forward?
I request whoever is sitting at the back, please come forward. Please come forward. Thank you.
I know it's a bit of a challenge that we are waiting in the lunchtime, but I hope I'll begin with a small thing. I think how many of us in the room feel that skills, employability, talent is important? If you have, you can raise hands. Do you think this is important? I think I should repeat the question. There are only few hands. How many of you think again that skills, employment, talent is very important? Again, very limited number. Friends, I can promise you with ISF, the whole idea. My name is Seshadri Vangala. I've been privileged to be working alongside my mentor, Dr. J. Chowdhury. So I look after all the talent. That's where I come from, my background. And the intent for this particular session is not definitely another session, another plenary types. The whole idea of this is to how and what the ISF initiatives and ISF kind of a thing has been really outcome. So before I speak further, last year's session to this year's session, we had certain skills already we talked about, we had certain talented people talked about. So last year to now we have few people. One of them is, I'll just name my name just to get the challenge what they did. These are kids and we're talking about jury cons. So we have, first of all, Abhishek. Abhishek, where are you? You can come to the dais. Arnav. So Abhishek actually 18 years old, started his company, already creating some kind of employment, the skills from the last year to now. Then we have Arnav. Arnav, he's a author of quantum physics. How many of us really talk about quantum physics? Youngest author of quantum physics, 15 years, is here. Similarly, we have, where's Mahesh, son? I mean, our co-founder, Mahesh, son. Yeah, where's your son? He's also been roaming, understanding from 7 years old. He's also kind of going around places along with my friend here, Mahesh. I think he's actually, when Mahesh is here, he is actually running the stall. Similarly, where's our Araku Coffee, Ram Garu, where's your son or daughter? I think Ram's daughter is also how many years I don't know, but she's running the company. The Araku Coffee is run by Ram's daughter. So we should applaud all this young thing which is realistically happening with ISF. And not only that, I should first of all, I also have, I just want to acknowledge Dr. Ravinath Chaudhary Garu, who is also into the innovation. Thank you, Guruji. And also we have Captain Bobby, who is the first woman commercial pilot from the tribal region. And you should have known Bobby here. And Venu Ganapuram Padma Shri Awardee nominee, and also scientist wearing multiple hats as his trademark is always hat. But if you listen to me, he saved doctors' lives, sir, during COVID. He saved already doctors' lives during COVID. That's the reason he was being nominated for Padma Shri Awardee. Similarly, I think there are many of them right here. And the whole intent for us here is, as I said, we don't want to do another session. And the session we are not really fond of. Actually, ISF as such always been, we are not doing, if you have seen all our fests, me and my mentor disagree on only one thing. He says still event, I say fest. Because my mentor always does fest here. So, why fest? Because everybody came here are all pro bono volunteers, the student volunteers. Within last time, I think we had about 300 volunteers who came from students, volunteers putting every one of their time here. I think it's a first of its kind unique. They're not doing things, all of them that they're doing is just getting into that. So basically we have friends like Deepu, where are you? I think he spoke about his initiatives from Kerala. And we have some of the talent leaders here. They're all from the, the corporates, but they're also the good human beings, I call them, because they took the time within. So also before I get in, I want to also thank, I don't know where's our director here, Ramesh Garu. I think that's the reason we have here Engineering Staff College of India. And we also have some of their students. We already did a session when this building or this EA was not known to many. When they say ESKI, they say ASCII. And I hope this now they will know every route comes into ESKI. That is what we promised him, saying in a few months' time, we are getting ESKI as a premier institute of skills and talent. And I just want these folks to have a 1 minute because we have been spending a long time. I hope, I know it's a lunch or thing, but I hope you will be finding interesting and we need your support and encouragement for this talent. Yes, Abhishek, all to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abhishek Gosala, and before I go further, I would like to give my heartfelt thanks to J. Chowdhury sir and the ISF team who has brought this great opportunity in building this such a great platform and connecting visionaries with young entrepreneurs like me to dream bigger. And I owe all my inspiration from this ISF Fest. I've been a volunteer last year, and to see the ideas that have come out of the event and the talks that everyone had at that event really inspired me to have my own startup, that is L-Chef. And thank you so much, sir. Sheshadri sir has also been a great mentor to me and a support to me, as well as I also come from a family that has always primarily been job seekers, and my family has empowered me to be job makers. And I think that is, I owe my family and ISF a great thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Arnav. I guess they introduced me before. I've been at ISF. I've been working with ISF. I've been the core team since the last 2 years. And I mean, the events turned out amazing, right? So far the talks, the awards yesterday, it was amazing, the orchestra. The whole event's been great. I've been meeting everyone. I've met a lot of people so far. And I look forward to meeting everyone. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nayan, and this is my father's company. This is my father's company. I'll start my own company tomorrow.
You're a smart kid.
So, I've been here for the last 2 years, but this is the first time I've been representing my father. So, I really did have a lot of experience seeing all of these startups from the last 2 years. And ISF itself is a very great event because really they give some very talented employees, some unicorns, some very talented people come out of this. And this can empower our future, I believe.
You have seen a small epitome. I think we are not finished yet. This is just a small beginning for us. And also before I acknowledge, I want to acknowledge Gervais, wherever you are. Gervais, can you please stand up? She came all the way from Netherlands. You should have seen that AI information poem. AI information poem, both the AI converts to poetry also. That we knew that she was there all the way from Netherlands for me. Thank you, and the whole team there. Similarly, I think Edward Cole is not here, the UK. Dr. Raja, of course, from Germany, my good friend, Impact Hub, as we are trying to make impact, has always been part there, sir. And of course, while I, again, there are many, as I said, there are many, sir, Livingstone, I think, John, you should have seen. That's where India, I think we are talking a billion population, but also we are also coming into that, we are trying to do the skills. And that's where I think the ESKI is just beginning. By the time, next time you come in, you'll see many here in the room, sir. So, with this, I think I just hand it over to Venu, who's leading this most, I think I still call it is the, maybe before the lunch, the most impactful is what we are trying to do. I use the word impactful, skills, employability, talent, roundtable. Over to you, Venu.
Thank you, Sesh. Andarki namaskaram andi. This is Venu Madhav. I am volunteer for ISF Global, and I'm working as a deputy CEO for IFIN Global Group. So I got this opportunity to introduce my set team, speakers coming here. And before I start, just I want to have a small Sanskrit recite a Sanskrit sloka. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. This is to honor our Guru, and I dedicate it to our mentor, the driving force behind ISF, Sri J. Chaudhary Garu, and all my beloved mentors who are helping me throughout my career. Today, we will be discussing the benefits of generative AI in HCM, Human Capital Management, and sharing our thoughts. Your insights are important, and we are looking forward to some engaging discussions. Now, I would like to invite our esteemed speakers to join me on stage. Let's give me a warm welcome. Abdul Qadir. He is a talent acquisition partner in a renowned banking technology firm. Please welcome Abdul. Please. Arun Boda. Sorry, actually he didn't join today. Arun Prasad, Head of Talent Acquisition from Flutter. Deepa Jagarlapudi, she's a Senior Director and Head of Talent, Valtech. Thank you. I invite Dr. Venu Garu, Senior Principal Scientist and Padma Shri Awardee nominee with CSIR. Thank you. Mr. Majid Ali Khan, Head of Human Resources, CMS IT Services. Welcome on stage. I want to welcome Madan Harthi, Founder CEO, Empower Group. Welcome, Madan. I want to welcome Ram Misala, Talent Acquisition Leader, Technology Hiring for India and Philippines, Sitco. Welcome, Ram. Mr. Rohit Bharadwaj, Head of Talent Acquisition, India, ICE. Ms. Sunita Lanka, a Global People Officer, Sprint Ray INC. Last but not the least, inviting the chair of the Roundtable, Emmanuel Gosila. He is a seasoned HR professional with 19 years of experience in strategy development, talent acquisition, and human automation. He is skilled in Gen AI tools, change management, and HR analytics. Currently, he is Head of Talent Development of APAC at EPAM Systems, overseeing India, Singapore, Vietnam, and Malaysia. He has grown EPAM India headcount from 90 to 9,000, held board committee positions in NHRDN and ISTD Hyderabad chapter. Emmanuel brings strategic leadership, global collaboration, and business influence to the table. So welcome all. Emmanuel, over to you, and good luck. Thank you.
Check. All right, so good afternoon everyone. I'm sure we are just before your lunch, and We will make sure that you have some good learnings and you will not feel the hunger right now. Because we are going to talk, as Shesh was talking about, right, the skills, employability, and talent. And you see here, seasoned, experienced professionals, almost like, they bring along 300 years of experience here. How many of students are here? Can I see your hands raised? How many students here? Okay. Awesome. We have an offer from this panel for all the students. Are you guys ready? Okay. So what we want to do is, we want you to pay attention because you are the future. As Jay sir was talking about with the Junicorns and all the young talent. We want you to ask toughest question to any of the panel member. The toughest question, if you pick up that question, and you will get mentoring by these panel members. Are you ready? You will get an opportunity to get one-on-one mentoring from the mentors here.
Sir, we have a kind of wild-card entry, but most impactful entry here. We have Venkatesh. Where's Venkatesh? The disruptor, one of the innovators. He's been awarded in London almost 3 times, sir, from Barclays. Venkatesh, I think we have Victory Venkatesh there, but we also have another Venkatesh showing our Indian thing to there. And, we have Sureka ji as well. Please welcome her into the dais.
All right. So I have been hearing about how the current generation is going to get advantage, right? We see how in 70s and 90s, how the computer revolution and how WWW revolution has changed the course of business scenario, especially in India. Now we are talking about AI generation. And this is the future. This is where we are all talking about. And we are going to talk about what are the benefits we have, especially from the skills point of view and employability point of view. And we're also going to talk about what challenges this brings and what opportunities, right? And at the same time, how are we going to get prepared for the future? Are we ready? How are we going to encash the revolution which is happening? I'm sure most of you or all of you have been following what's happening around the world. If you look at, right, the technology and the intelligence has gone to the next level without people even knowing. They have been asked to use walkie-talkies and pagers. Walkie-talkies and pagers. And you know how the intelligence has been used in some countries by some of the people who are intelligent. Now we have AI in our hand, the Gen AI. Let's see what benefits we are going to have and how the disruption and what kind of innovation we are going to hear from the panelists. All right. So I have prepared a list of questions to our panelists. I would like to go about the talent acquisition. I would like to start with Deepa. You have a mic. So Deepa, we are talking about employability and the skills. How do you think the Gen AI is going to disrupt the way how we are going to screen? There are a lot of fake experiences and the resumes are not suitable to the open positions. From your point of view, I would like to hear how you think the Gen AI is going to help you because you had the talent acquisition. So over to you to hear your views.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us here. It's a pleasure to be amongst all of you. As rightly put, the generative AI is really playing a major role right now in how the recruiters are looking at the entire process of hiring right now, right? So if you see in our organization, which I represent, Valtech, for example, we have an inbuilt tool called as Copilot, where for every applicant which comes into our system, this generative AI itself generates text summary of the resume, wherein both the applicant and the recruiter is able to be extremely clear about what the job description holds for both of them, basically. So that's the major disruption which generative AI has done for the recruiting community, basically. So once you upload your profile into our system, the generative AI tool called Copilot generates a lot of text which makes it extremely easy for the recruiter to map your profile and the job description very easily. So that's like a big step in the recruiting world, actually. That is number one. Number two, the way the recruiters approach a candidate has also become extremely easy because of generative AI. You go to LinkedIn and you want to generate a post. The generative AI can send a very personalized text message. It can read through your profile, and the recruiters can send you a very personalized text message. It can mimic the recruiter as if the recruiter is writing the email to you. And it analyzes your profile thoroughly and completely and sends you the right jobs your way. So that is the kind of like disruption which it has made in the recruitment process and in the human capital management, actually. And it's a big breakthrough which we are seeing right now. Yeah.
All right. So thank you. The next question is to Rohit. Rohit, we heard about the last 2 days and this morning also about people losing jobs, job displacement, including HR. I don't know in the next 3 years, 5 years, what role I will be playing in. So as per you, I see many of the students, young talent here. What do you think the AI is going to do, especially from the employability point of view? I would like to hear your remarks.
Thank you, Emmanuel, and thank you everyone for arranging this event. I'm very grateful to be part of this discussion. So Emmanuel, answer to your question, yes, AI could be killing jobs but also creating jobs at the same time. And if I go back to the basics of, because more than the HR, there are a lot of students sitting here. I would like to turn the focus towards why are they part of this discussion and they are sitting here. I would say that there is nothing which we will talk and is not also available for you guys to understand the importance of AI in terms of getting a job. However, every time there was a revolution, whether there was a dot-com revolution or there were recessions and then there were revolutions again, every time there was a need to upgrade yourself with your skills. And if I talk about today's time when the AI is in the picture, as a student, you need to keep two major things in your mind. One, you make sure that AI, you know the basics of AI at least, like how to be a mathematician is by learning mathematics, right? So you learn basics of AI, which is like data analytics, data privacy, and a lot of threats which are also coming along with the AI. A lot of companies, a lot of leaders in this event would not actually be able to announce that they are using AI because they would just call it automation probably. Because AI has a lot of bias, a lot of governments has regulations around organizations in terms of how they are using the AI. So I want all of you in the beginning to learn the basics of AI as well as the most important factors about how the usage of AI that you are going to be applying in a job or any application, how that's a robust application there. And that is only possible once you are through, very much through the education of AI. And second part is your entrepreneurial mindset. I would say when you get in a job, it's your entrepreneurial mindset as a job seeker or as an employee in an organization which makes you important in the organization. So when in Hindi, there's the Hindi word for job is called naukri, which comes from the word naukar. But I think we should not have that mindset. We should have a mindset where we are creating a value for the job role that we are taking up from an organization. So that comes with a combination of the latest trends in the AI that you learn, as well as your attitude towards getting the job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for adding. And I also would like to ask Sunita, what are your views on top of what Rohit was talking about, Sunita?
Thank you, Emmanuel. So in the industry, if you are looking at, people have this myth of AI being a threat to their jobs. But what I look at it is an opportunity to create more jobs.
Closer.
So you are powered with AI, you get more opportunities for the jobs. So the HR professionals has to be geared up. If you are not yet, ignite the smooth transition with AI-powered HR practices. So skilling, reskilling, multi-skilling is what we are talking about. So gear up all your employees with the skills that can encourage the AI tools to come into your organizations. And another thing that I wanted to add here is all the startups, be ready with AI-powered processes in your organizations. Thank you.
Okay, so we heard from Rohit and Sunita. We have disruptor from UK, Venkatesh. He has a different view about how the Gen AI and the emerging technologies are going to change the way how we are looking towards the employment. So I would like to hear from Venkatesh about his views. Over to you, Venkatesh.
Thank you so much for having me today. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, I would want to talk about three things. One is everyone wants a personalized mentor in their life. It's very important to have a mentor, and having a personalized mentor basically needs a lot of time. Now, how can Gen AI actually help any company or the employees that work for the company? So Gen AI basically has a lot of information stored from all over the globe, from different people, and it is it's obviously very intelligent because it knows everything about you, but the only thing is that you need to ask it the right questions, where it creates a model about you, and it will be able to tell you what's best for you. Three things that anyone looks for is value addition, energy, and direction. Now, it's very important for a mentor to give you a personalized mentor to give you a lot of time so that they add value to your life and your skill sets. It's very important for them to put in that kind of energy while they actually mentor you, and also give you the right direction for you to pursue your career path. Gen AI can actually bridge that gap because it can actually create a model of all the skill sets that you have acquired and you can acquire, and it can actually give you the right direction, and it can be a very good mentor in this case. Now, this would also create a model where it would tell you how exactly your learning career path could be, with the suggested courses that you need to enhance yourself while you actually make yourself competent in the industry space. It also helps you to basically give you a predictive analysis or a report on how exactly you have performed and what you can do, so that you can make a better version of yourself. It's very important that you know the basics of AI, even if you're not totally into it. I would say that you create an account on some of the AI tools, because it's free, and we as Indians like things whichever is free. So make the maximum from it, because you can learn a lot through generative AI, because it can walk you through 1,000 scenarios, and then it can give you the required outcomes. It can give you the required insights that you need from those 1,000 scenarios, which will take you a lot of time to actually read through and then analyze yourself. So that's the contribution of Gen AI, and it's definitely not true when everyone say that Gen AI or AI as such can take away jobs, because it can be an enhancement in your life if you can use those tools, learn from those tools, get the insights, and actually improve your resume and your skill sets to make yourself more competent in the industry that you're working in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for highlighting about the need for mentors, right? So that's where I asked a question. How many of you are ready to ask tough questions? So you have any questions? Anyone? Start thinking about it, and you can raise your hand, and I will come to you with your question. So before I take your questions, so I would like to hear from my friend Arun. Oh, you'd like to add a point? Yeah, sure. Maybe there's a mic, please.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Hope I'm audible to all of you behind. Right. So we spoke about scraping the CVs, or probably reviewing the CVs. There are hundreds of CVs generally will come in every job application that you go through. Just want to check with, most of the students are here, just want to check with you that how many of you yesterday, today, day before yesterday have used a generative AI tool? Maybe it's ChatGPT or Gemini, can just raise your hands, please. I see pretty less people raising their hands, but I believe you have used a generative AI tool to prepare your CV or a resume already. Have any of you have prepared your CV or resume? You have done. Great. Fantastic. And do you know that I believe you have seen LinkedIn or a Naukri or wherever you try to look at the opportunities basis, the skill set that you have generated, there will be hundreds and thousands of applications generally you get to see. Right? As Deepa said, specifically for those parsing of the candidate, which is like, looking at the right set of 5 to 10 candidates, they need to go through thousands of CVs which is coming into our applications, into our, which is called applicant tracking system, right? So if you are not making a personalized CV for each of the companies that you apply for, then you will probably fail in getting even an interview for that organization. So I just want to give you a little bit of information that as a talent acquisition leader, I look for a candidate who is more personalized, who will fit in our culture, who also has an ability to kind of understand the technology, the finance, the operations that you work on, but predominantly how you can make more personalized way of, for example, I work in an entertainment domain, which is sports and gaming, right? And I would love to kind of see if anybody plays football. I love to kind of see if anybody plays some different games, which is mentioned in the CV, which becomes personalized for the organization when you're applying for. So please keep in mind, making one CV resume is good for you to look at, but when you are applying for an opportunity elsewhere, when you complete your courses and applying for an opportunity, make your CV as personalized as possible. So if you're applying for 100 different companies, then I'm not saying you should have 100 CVs, but make it as personalized possible for the companies to apply for. That stands out, and you may have a high chance and opportunity to get a job there.
Great, Arun. Thank you for adding those insights. So you also mentioned about how AI is going to help the student community. At the same time, I have a question to our dear friend Abdul. How the human judgment is going to make a difference? Because I see the AI tools are so sophisticated, and I'm sure the next 1, 2, 3 years, they're going to be very, very sophisticated. As for you, because yesterday I was talking to you offline about your experience in mountaineering, right? You are certified graduate mountaineer. So I want to hear from your experience. How about human judgment? Do you think we don't have to judge because the tools are going to do the job? I want to hear your views on that.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. How do I put it? What comes in your mind when you say AI? Iron Man and Jarvis. That is what we know of from AI. So AI helps us build things. It helps us, derive to a conclusion. But that is not exactly AI is. It is artificial. Believe me, humans have made AI.
Closer.
Humans have made AI. It's artificial. So human beings are meant to evolve, to survive. So they are always one step ahead of whatever technology that is coming in. And that is where you'll always need that human touch to, say, scramble the data and make some sense out of it. So I'll give you a small little example before I come to my mountaineering story. So we use AI in our daily lives. We wear smart wearables. We use our smartphones. In organizations, we use AI to, like Deepa said, she uses it for screening candidates. Now, you put your CV there with your skill set and years of experience, and then, once it comes to us, we look at it, screen it, and we find some 5-10 good applications. But what after that? Are we going to hire all those 5-10 candidates for one role? And the answer is no. There you'll need a human touch. That is where a recruiter comes in place. They initiate a discussion with you. They screen you. They gauge you on your communication skills. They gauge you on your confidence, which AI cannot do. Again, moving forward for employees who are there in the system, there are thousands of employees working in corporates, and how do you gauge them? Who is the next in line for promotion? You can measure the matrices, you can measure the KPIs, you can it'll give you merit list that okay, these are the first 10 employees who are performing really good for past 1 year. Now we still need a human form to judge them, to put them up for promotion, because they'll still need an internal interview. Whoever is the best makes it up to the ladder. So you will always keep needing the human touch to AI is not the end solution. AI won't snatch jobs from anyone. It'll always be there just as a support system to give you a data, to give you a conclusion. So I was talking to Emmanuel yesterday, and I'll tell you what happened. So from profession point of view, I work as a talent acquisition, but again from passion, I'm a mountaineer. So I've been doing that for past 18 years, and I'll tell you a story. So during one of my hikes in the Himalayas, we were trying to capture a peak which was 6,000 meters, and this happened recently in 2021, and we were a team of 5 people with a guide with us. We're trying to climb. We had our digital applications with us. We had our tabs for maps, contours. We were wearing smart wearables, which would tell us how much, what heartbeat, what is the rate of the heartbeat, how much blood oxygen we have. We were carrying our oxygen cylinders and everything. So once you reach a tree line wherein the oxygen gets thin, you start to feel a bit dizzy. You are dehydrated, but you do not feel like drinking water. You do not feel like having food. You simply lose touch, sense of things a little bit. During that, we realized that the smart wearables that were there, it'll give you a hint of your heartbeat has gone up. You should stop. It'll tell you are dehydrated. Drink some water. The maps would show you which route to take, but we left everything there. We just use those smart wearables or the AI to gauge what is the decision that we have to make from over here. We left everything. We climbed the peak, though it was difficult for us, but we did that. So I'll just tell you, for all the entrepreneurs that here sitting over here, the unicorns, the startup enthusiasts, you'll always have to take your own decision. Though AI is there as a support system, but take your call and make your own judgments out of it. It's just there to support you. Thank you.
So whatever intelligence it is, you need human judgment. That's what you would like to summarize. Thank you. So I would like to talk about the skill gap, right? And how AI can help in my learn path. So that's a question to Sureka before I come to you, Sureka. Right? I also have questions to our Venu, right? The scientist from the DRDO. This is about how, right? Human judgment and the human touch when we are talking about the artificial intelligence, right? So I would like to take that answer from you, and then we'll go to Sureka. Yeah, the human judgment and the human touch. We are losing it. Are we going to forget about it? I want to hear your views on that.
Thank you, Amy. Before I proceed further. Good afternoon, everyone. Are we here? Still here, yeah? Thank you so much. Let me speak something different, something advanced than what my fellow folks are speaking here. We are talking about AI, Gen AI. But the thing is, I'm interacting with the people past 2 days here. young budding entrepreneurs are working on AI, AR, VR. So let me introduce the metaverse. What exactly the metaverse is? It's a constellation of AI, AR, VR, that is XR as well, that is extended reality. So artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality as a combination for the extended reality. So this is coming as a metaverse to create a virtual world. This is creating the virtual workplace as well when we talk about HCM, okay? So now, Abdullah raised the point that human touch, we are missing it. But the thing is, how effective are we in delivering our duties and responsibilities? So now the technology advancement is such a way that even you can feel that connectivity, the way you connect in real world, this platform, this technology will enable you to connect in the physical world as if you are in real. So the metaverse platform as a new technology, which is working in different fields, different sectors, not only limited to HRM or finance, real estate, in fact, the banking, you might have heard NFTs. So this kind of platforms, this kind of technologies will enable the companies to get maximum productivity without pulling the people to the office, like, because now most of us are habituated to work from home, right? So, but the thing is still you can connect with different avatars, you can have the visual impact, you can have the even sensory things. See, I know one of the companies based out of Bangalore, they can even give you the sense of touch. When you shake hand, they can give you the sense of touch kind of thing. Even you can move the objects also. So the technology is not limited for only digital world. Yes, man, you can even have the personal feeling and touch.
Okay, so you mean the integration, right? The GenAI integrating with metaverse and blockchain, all these can bring different view to the employee or a student or productivity and any experience. Okay, thank you for bringing it up. So I'll go to Sureka about upskilling and learning how the GenAI tools can help an employee or a student.
First of all, thank you to ISF for inviting me on this esteemed forum and roundtable. I'd like to relate to what Sunita said in terms of upskilling, reskilling and multi-skilling. So GenAI is there to help you understand what are the new set of skills that you need to have for the type of employment that you choose to want to have. So as students, you need to, when you're setting up your resume, decide what are the skills that you are good at or you are passionate at, and what would you like to work or see your employment over your course of life. And based on that, GenAI tools will help you skill up to that standard and that level. And since GenAI is growing so fast, they will keep having innovations over a period of time. It's not going to be constant. It will keep changing. And we need to upskill and understand that there's going to be a need to change, and we need to keep up to that pace.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to ask about, Madan, in terms of the skill gap, right? So what do you say about it? How GenAI can help in the skill gaps? Because I also see a few of the academia here. What are your views on that, Madan?
See, we have seen the sea change in the entire environment of human resource management. If you look at even in the corporates, from a corner room to the center stage, from billing the salaries to the business page, the HR resources, HR leaders have really changed a lot towards the modernity, whatever we are seeing today. The skill gaps, unless they have been addressed all through the times, there is no possibility that the businesses would have grown to what levels what we are seeing today. Okay, the question of transparency of the businesses, the question of building up the entire, ecosystem of the skill management is definitely the outcomes of the human resource leaders who think through the entire process, who also anticipate the likely changes. Today, the AI is a technology which has been accepted and also adapted by the HR resources also. At the same time, I must say that AI is an augmenting intelligence for the HR system. So today what we see is the students coming with a lot of aspirations as such, but the reality is something different. So HR plays a very crucial role in utilizing these technology in making them understand how the AI or generative AI can really make them build the gaps within the skills which they need to possess. So the skill gaps are definitely going to increase and at the same time being replenished by the efforts being put in by the HR teams. Okay. So the skill gaps in student perspective, as I was telling you, the students are coming with a lot of expectations from the organizations. At the same time, HR also has to understand that. Now, as I was asked, how the HR need to transform themselves into the management of these sources, not only the experienced, but at the entry level also, you find brilliant brains coming into the system. So how to engage them? If they don't like your answers in the first moment, they will not join you. So how to retain them, how to sustain them in the system is a big management process for a HR leader. So the skill gap engagement, the retention, the sustenance, all these things becomes a very, very crucial responsibilities of a HR, and I'm sure the skill gaps are understood and made understood with the help of Gen AI more proactively and addressed more successfully.
Okay, thank you. So I have my last questions before I go to the audience and the students for their question to Mazid and Ram about predictive analytics, right? We all know as a talent leaders how we struggled during COVID times, right? About prediction. People are leaving, joining, and work from home, hybrid model. What are your takes? Like, both of you, I would like to hear on predictive analytics. How this is going to help the human capital management as such. Okay.
Sure. Thanks, Emmanuel, and thank you, ISF. So, predictive analytics, it's a very good topic, right? It's basically looking at the historical data, present data, and planning for the future. So, while there are many definitions in the market, I just want to share an example of how predictive analysis helped our organization. Post-COVID, when we were trying to onboard or offer many people, out of 10 offers we made, like 5 people wouldn't show up. And when we've done our analysis on the historical data, we found out that people who are from the similar line of business and someone who has been referred by colleagues, they are more likely to join the organization. So with this help, what we've done is our input, we've tried to hire people who are from the similar line of business, and also we have also looked to source someone from the referral channel. So that way we were able to convert from 10 to, out of 10 we have moved from 5 to 7. So that really helped us. And predictive analysis is something implement in our day-to-day life as well. There are a lot of students over here. I think they can implement the predictive analytics in their day-to-day life as well when they are looking out for the job. Everyone has their dream company. Like example, they have like 5 to 10 dream companies. They need to look at the historical data of what company they are hiring, what is that skill they are going to hire. Look at the skill gap. They prepare themselves and then apply for that. So that's something I want to share.
Okay, thank you. You mean to say the productivity has definitely increased with the predictive analytics. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. See, data has always been the core of any decision making, right? And it is always good that you are ahead of the curve instead of later on trying to bring in reactive approaches, right? So predictive analytics is nothing but preempting what could be the future course of action, looking at the behavior of the target audience, right? In the case of human resources, in the case of talent, the target audience is nothing but your people that you are catering to. And today it has come to the light where the usage has gone up while it had always been there, right? Today we talk about data and analytics, we talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning, but all of these things have always been a part of our ecosystem in the form of statistics, right? So your statistics of yesterday is becoming your modern day artificial intelligence or data and analytics or machine learning. What is happening at the workplaces today is that natural language processing is becoming very important, and that is being used to look at the behavior of your employees, look at how they have been doing certain things, and if at all there is a pattern, that pattern possibly will tell you what are the next course of actions that you are supposed to take. Organizations have deployed chatbots looking at the needs and the wants of employees, and a lot of these chatbots are conversational, where a lot of data has been fed into what has happened possibly maybe in the last 10 years, 12 years, looking at similar kind of audience. Now it is about the workplace where you look at the employee behavior. Same thing is being applied even in the field of consumer or retail business, right? So they look at the behavior of the consumers, and looking at that, lot of feeds are sent across to people which encourages them or persuades them to go for something in terms of buying a merchandise or taking a particular service. So an organization which is catering to people, for the HR, the people who are consumers are nothing but their employees. And looking at the data and looking at the analysis, which is going to give you a lot of insights, you come up with ways and means through which you can take care of your people. And that will not just help you to retain the talent, that will also help you to manage the talent, manage the knowledge, and from time to time, right, some of us spoke about reskilling, upskilling, cross-skilling, etc. Again, data is what gives you all of these insights, right? You look at what is the skill gap which exists in the organization today, and how do you go ahead in fulfilling that particular gap, which will get your people in line with the relevant needs of the industry in today's time. So it actually covers the 9 yards of HR, so to say, right? Not leaving aside even a single particular facet from the entire spectrum of human resources.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to go with the questions from the audience, and then we will close this session. So please raise your hand while the mic comes to you. Okay, I see 2 hands. Wow. So you want the mentoring from the panelists here? Awesome. So we have the young entrepreneur also here. So this opportunity is for students. So please raise your hand and someone will bring the mic to you. While the mic comes to you, I would like to ask my dear friend and yeah. So I just got an announcement saying that only one question. With the interest of time. Of course, we are around here. You can talk to us and ask those questions. Okay. Sorry?
You can't
1.5 question? Okay. Yeah.
You can't really judge the AI because it's not been a lot of time since AI came. It's only became like 200 years mostly since AI came. So you can't really judge how AI will really impact everything. So we need more proof.
Okay, you need more proofs. Excellent. Thank you for adding. I think you should have been here as one of the panelist speaker. Yeah, awesome. So whistles also for you. Good. Yeah. Okay, Deepa is going to take up your comment and question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to tell one point here on behalf of what you asked. Exactly. I mean, what we are, it's just a topic, generative AI. If you see the space in which I work on most of the requirements where I need to hire people on Commerce Cloud. No AI, no generative AI, nothing works for us. A real human who knows coding, and we process hundreds of applications, and we still find only very few people who are good at hands-on coding, good in Hybris, Commerce Cloud. So it connects to your question. No AI is working actually. It is actually the real humans who will help us. Along with the AI is only taking some of the primitive jobs which we do. So just to answer you.
Okay, thank you. So I think one question from this side and then we'll close. Yeah. Okay, so before we take up that question, I would like to put my panelist on spot. So I want to hear from you in one word. What is AI for you in the next 3 years? In one word. Okay, so I'll start from Venkatesh. So you have time to think about what is AI for you. What is AI for you in the next 3 years? Okay, the question. No, we'll take the question, and in the meantime, I'm giving you time to think about in one word. Okay? Yeah.
Hi everyone, myself Uday Kiran. I'm the managing director of the Snabic Lineage Services. Actually, we are into the recruitment part from last 7 to 8 years. Okay. Actually, we have been dealing with multiple students or job seekers from the last several years. So the point is, I do find multiple gaps in the career of these students or aspirants.
Come to the question faster, please.
Yeah. So the main question is like, job seekers are not able to fill the expectations of the organization.
There's a skill gap.
Yeah, skill gap. So I want some suggestions from your side. So what are the suggestions you will be adding on? How AI or metaverse or blockchain technology will help or fill the gap in this market?
I believe we have given the answers. However, yeah, I think we did give some answers, right? Arun, you would like to take it up? Very quick answers, please. Yeah.
So I think skill gap can be measured in terms of the requirement of the organization and the post that you're applying for. Organizations choose based upon the requirement and project that they are hiring for, which varies over a period of time. They do not, hire for specific roles, assuming that in the future that they will need that role. They hire based on projects that they get. So right now I may get a blockchain project. Later on I may get a UI UX project. So I will hire based on my requirements. So a better way would be that you make yourself a specialist in one skill and then move on and apply for job roles that are specified to your skill set. Then there are higher chances that you'll get recruited. AI for me in one word in the next 3 years would be skill talent development.
For me, it's like
I think I
helps
speak.
in decision making.
Amy, thanks all, because in interest, I think we see half the hall, of course. Thanks all the serious givers who have been waiting patiently listening for us. But as I said, basically, of course, I have my mentor coming in at the moment, sir. And see, as I said, I think in the whole conference, you have seen Nayan asking a question, right? Who is the young guys who asked a question? I think that's there. So let's applaud again, because you're getting from the kids a question asking for evidences. I think this is most important. And of course, I also have a Ved and Slok. I think I have Ved here. These are all young generations, and they should ask questions. And we always believe, right, the first guru for all of us is from the parents. So also at the same time, I said it is impactful. The reason of this is post next year, again we say fest. We are not seeing just a room here filled with only this. And these are all not just people who came from, they're all the global leaders in the talent side that came in, and they're spending their time. They're not just here to give a GAN session. We have something in and go far. I bet any of you here, when you are reaching them, they'll be mostly approachable. So we should applaud for them for that as well, taking time here. So apart from that, the one who is doing the things here, Padmaji, she's also Forbes awardee. She should applaud. It's not just it, she's also been in the part of the HR. She was supposed to be on that panel, but again, hasn't been here. As my mentor mentioned many times, it's all pro bono volunteers who are coming from varied backgrounds. Thank you all again, and it's to Venu now. Oh, okay, sorry. Mahesh has some announcement.
So now let us felicitate all the roundtable speakers. Please wait. I would request you to please go and felicitate with all the bags. So while this is going on, I have a great news for all the student volunteers who has relentlessly supported ISF for the past 3 days. So we have a great sponsor, Hover Robotics, who has given 15,000 rupees vouchers for each student worth, where they can use this coupon to buy robotic instruments, robotic tools and robotic devices. Not just this, we also have one more sponsor, Mentor X, who has given a coupon worth 10,000 rupees per student for all the students who has volunteered for the last 3 days. For more than 200 students, they have given these coupons worth 25,000 rupees per student. And the second coupon, which is 10,000 rupees, they can they can use it for entrepreneurship, mentoring and skill development training. So I request all students during the lunch break to come over and collect their coupons. Thank you.
I also want Banu Anna, please come to the stage. I know you're working all the backstage. I want to get who are all there. Captain Bobby, Pavati Garu. So you know, you should have known him obviously from many things. From last 15 days, I was not well. He's also kind of betting all his time. He himself is a big entrepreneur. Many of them in the Hyderabad ecosystem know him. Thanks, brother. I think
thank you so much to everybody here, and I am one of the volunteers, so there's nothing to be tell across you. Please go ahead, Bobby Garu. Tell me something about that.
My dear friends, this is a very good opportunity for all of us to upskill ourselves and also restart and ignite our inner strength, introspect ourselves, what we are dreaming, and add wings to it. All the best for all of you all. Thank you.
I don't know where is that one volunteer who actually called me. I was going to get some certificates getting printed. He just volunteered. He just came running to me and said, "Sir, I'll go to be along with you." I said, "This is going to take 2 to 3 and 5 hours." And he was ready. I don't know, he was not there, but I wanted to meet him actually after the meeting is done. So good luck, guys. Let's go and hit the lunch run. All the best.
The HR panelists are all around. You can get in touch with anyone.